Namaste, welcome back to Stithiprakna channel, and you are watching AWS real-time cloud projects for beginners to expert level, and we are in season 5, which is the security administrator. We have done 16 projects in season 5 as a security administrator, and we are going to do our last project in this season, not in this playlist, just in this season. And this is what project number 64. So if you haven't checked out the remaining projects, go ahead, check it out. I mean, only check it out, or watch the videos or follow my instructions if you want to get 3 to 4 years of real-time AWS experience. If you don't want, then up to you. But if you want that experience, that kind of experience, then go ahead and watch it and follow my instructions. Whatever I tell you, if I tell you to watch some video, watch it. If I tell you to read something, go read it. Okay? You have to follow what I tell you, then trust me, you are going to get that 3 to 4 years of AWS experience, real-time experience. Okay, that being said, let's do our 64th project, and the name of this project is application logs. A web gaming company had a security breach incident and lost significant time trying to find server access logs. The new compliance officer wants to find a way to analyze server logs efficiently. We have done something similar to this several times, but all these projects are different in their own way, and these are all real-time projects where AWS implemented for different clients. So hello, thanks for stopping by. I am new compliance officer at a web gaming company, and we recently had a security breach on our application server. I was hoping you could help me find a more efficient way to access our server logs. Hello, I am happy to help. Can you tell me more? During the incident, we lost a significant time trying to find the access logs on the application server. We want to find a better way to quickly analyze server logs. Do you know of such a solution? Absolutely. You can install the Amazon Kinesis agent on the application server and configure it to send access log data to Kinesis data firehose delivery stream, which can be configured to send the access log data to S3 bucket. I see. What is the benefit of having our log data in S3 bucket? With the logs in S3, you can use AWS Glue, a serverless data integration service, to discover properties of the data and prepare it for analytics. Interesting. How does AWS Glue work? AWS Glue provides all the capabilities needed for data integration. So you can start analyzing your data and putting it to use in minutes instead of months. You can quickly find and access data using the Glue data catalog, which is a central repository to store structural and operational metadata for all your data assets. You can configure an AWS Glue crawler to automatically scan Amazon S3, identify data formats, and suggest schemas and transformations, and then populate the data catalog with this metadata. That sounds great. How will I be able to access the data catalog? That's where Amazon Athena comes in. Athena is an interactive query service that you can use to analyze data in S3 using standard SQL. Athena works with the data catalog to read the schema information and apply it to the log data in S3. You can use Athena to help analyze the access log data stored in S3 by running interactive analytics using SQL queries without the need to aggregate or load the data into Athena. Fantastic. This solution will definitely help us proactively investigate security incidents in the future. Can you show me the steps involved in building this solution? Well, I can do the solution for you. So let's accept it. Thank you. Let's get started. And when I am reading something, if you sometimes, when somebody is reading, we we tend to read as well, and it's a disturbance. So if you don't like me reading, you can mute me, and then you can read on your own. And then once the reading is over, you can unmute. Um, that's that's up to you, but I'm just recommending you that. Okay, that being said, I think we might have got an overview of what the project is going to be. Okay, by the time we finish doing this project, what are the things that we are going to learn? We are going to configure how we are going to learn how to configure Kinesis agent on EC2 instance. We'll create an AWS glue crawler to generate a data schema, which something we already did with one of the project. Then we'll use Athena to query and analyze the log data, which is something we already did. So what are we going to learn something new? Configuring the Kinesis agent on EC2 instance. In the previous project, what did we configure? We configured CloudWatch. Not just configure, we installed CloudWatch agent and we configured it as well. Um, and you already, if you watch the previous one, you remember that in the project they showed us how to install it using the fleet manager, but they didn't create a node for us, so we couldn't do it. So instead of aborting that project, what I did was I directly installed the CloudWatch agent from the EC2's command line. Anyways, so let's go to the video concepts. And again, I recommend you to watch these videos if you haven't, because most of these videos are already repeating from project to project. So if you haven't watched this video, I mean, it doesn't hurt even if you watch multiple times, but if you haven't watched, even if you watch it, I highly recommend you to watch it again. And these videos are very fun way. They created them in such a way that they will explain everything pictorial, like they will show you with pictures. For example, like this, they will put pictures and then text under it. Even if you don't understand what they are trying to say, this will be stamped in your head. So for that reason, I recommend you to go watch all of this. So that, why this? Because these services are going to be used in this project. So if you don't know what a certain service does, then you won't understand it, and this is the chance for you to learn more about that service. I'm not going to play all the videos here, don't worry about it, but there will be a playlist that will pop up right here. If it already didn't, click on that playlist and it will take you to AWS um, tutorials for beginner playlist on our channel. Then search with this title in that playlist, then you will get the video, watch it. Once you watch all of them, come back and watch the rest of the project. Let's go back. Okay, let's look at the steps. There are not much steps. The first step is about the solution. This uses Amazon Kinesis data Firehost stream log files to S3. You can see that here. Bucket. AWS Glue to crawl the log data to create a schema. Mm, where you will have the table name and etc. And then you will use Athena to query the data based on the Glue schema. So this will create the schema. Literally it is going to create a table with the schema, and then Athena, it will put this file and the table together, and then it will query the data from S3. Install and configure the Amazon Kinesis agent on EC2 instance. That is what we are going to do. Again, remember, this is not about glue or querying from Athena, etc. This is about security incident, breach incident, right? So in order to replicate that and fix it or remediate it, we are doing all this. And once that is installed, it is configured to push access logs from application server to Kinesis data Firehouse delivery. So yesterday we used CloudWatch agent to push the logs from EC2 to CloudWatch. Today we are going to install Kinesis agent to push logs from EC2 to Kinesis data Firehouse. Firehouse delivery stream uses S3 as its destination source, and Firehouse, it can deliver data to multiple targets. Some of them are S3 and OpenSearch and I think Redshift. The access logs are saved in logs folder within S3 bucket, and a glue crawler is created to scan the logs folder in S3 and create metadata, including a schema for the access log data. We have done bunch of uh, projects using glue crawler as part of season 3 data analytics. And Amazon Athena is used to query the access log data in S3 by using the schema created by AWS Glue. Then we are going to review the query results in Athena query editor console or within the query results destination folder in S3. So whenever you run a query, the results are actually stored to an S3 that we have to point. If you followed or watched those projects where we used Athena, you already know that. Okay, let's click on the plan. So as part of practice lab, we are going to review logs generated from EC2 instance. Then we'll configure to use Kinesis agent to send logs to Kinesis data Firehouse. Then we are going to review the logs pushed to S3 bucket. and then we will use glue to crawl the logs from S3 and generate a schema of the data, then Athena to query and analyze. So as part of DIY, we are going to use glue to create a new crawler to crawl the Athena query results, right? We are There are two crawlers. One crawls the source, the logs, another crawls the results that Athena generated so that it can create another table structure. Then we will run the crawler to create a new AWS glue data catalog table. All right, so let's jump into the practice. Okay, let's start the lab. Let's not delay it. Let's see, do we have a file? Yes, do we have a file to configure the Kinesis agent? And as always, I'm not going to read the concept, but I highly recommend you to read the concept. So the concept will be whatever service we are going to they are going to show us in this particular step, right? Each step might, most of the steps will have concept, sometimes it won't, but I recommend you to do that. I'm not going to read it, but pause the video, read it, and then resume the video. We already downloaded that file, and let's go to EC2 first. And on EC2, we are going to click on the instances to see the running instance. We are going to connect to that. Here we are going to connect using session manager. So far we have connected using instance connect. In the previous project we used session manager to connect to it. So click on session manager and then click connect. Then it will connect. Remember this from the previous project. Okay, I'm just making notes on these ones. So when I actually do it, I won't forget it. So what are we doing? We are just installing Kinesis agent using the yum on this particular machine. So once we install it, there are going to be a question which is this okay? Then obviously we are going to say yes, and pretty much that's about it. And then we are going to configure it. I'm assuming yes, but let's see, how are we going to configure this? Okay, so we are going to configure it. If you remember yesterday's video, I had to configure CloudWatch agent multiple times. So luckily, they already provided looks like all the commands in that file that I downloaded. And all we have to do is execute this command sudo sh-c cat. Okay, and then paste this one agent.json. Is that what we downloaded? No, but I don't know what that is, but let's paste that. What is this going to do? Let's see, on your device, open the file that you downloaded at the, okay, let me open that file. I don't know what are the contents of it. Looks like the contents are whatever they are showing here. So let me open it. Okay, I'm opening it in my another screen, so but I will show you, don't worry about it. Okay, so if you see here, these are the commands that actually they are running. So let me, oh, okay, so basically what are they doing? They are sudo, using the sudo user, they are running this sh shell script minus c, I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming. Then their cat end of file, that I don't know what this command is, but I'm assuming they are putting this into that file and running it, I guess. Let's see, they are explaining. I don't know why I'm struggling here. Open that file you downloaded at the beginning of the lab, and then in the terminal copy paste the contents of the file and press enter. The configuration file contains the path of the access log that will contain log entries for each access attempt to the application website, as well as the name of the Firehose delivery stream that was created by the lab. So this has that many details. Oh yeah, this is a delivery stream, and this is the file pattern access log. Okay, I think they are putting these details inside this file and executing it, I guess, at the same time. Okay, so we have that. Let me take this to the other side. Okay, so once we do that, we are starting the Kinesis agent using this command. Usually you can use the service command to start any service that you install. assuming you set the services, and then you can enter the status to get the status, which you can do see here. All right, and then we are going to use tail. Tail means it will just show you the last n lines when a particular file is getting appended data to it. So we are just checking the log. So when you do that, as the log is being returned to that file, it will show us one line at a time, or however fast it is showing. Okay, I think that's about it. And then we are going, what is this? Okay, so looks like it is a gaming app, right? So the EC2 instance, we need to copy. I think I didn't. That they opened it, and it looks like this is how it looks like. What is this? Radius raid. Hmm. Okay, so since we opened it, it is generating logs, and the tail function is showing us all the logs. It is telling somebody tried get on that, etc. And then we are going to S3 now, and click on the log bucket, refresh it. Why? Because I think looks like everything is set up. The logs that are being generated by accessing that website are being sent to the Kinesis that is running on the EC2. And once it sends that, what was the target to the Kinesis? S3. So it has to come here and put that file here, which you can see logs, and then you can see the delivery stream. So we can download it. That's what looks like we are doing. And then we are going to go to Glue, AWS Glue, to create the Glue crawler. So we go to crawlers, and then we create crawler, and let's name this log crawler. And is your data already mapped to glue tables? Not yet. And we are going to add data source, which is the S3 bucket in this account, which is S3. In this account, browse to that bucket, choose crawl all subfolders, add S3 data source. Next. And then we have to select a role, which they already created it for us, which is convenient. And then we have to select a database where we want to create that schema. So we are going to create a database which is called logs database. And then okay, the database is created. Select the database, click next. That's it. Create crawler. Crawler is created. As you can see, choose run, ready. It will take it won't take much time. Okay, once it is run, you can go to the tables and you will see the table gets created there, which is the log bucket. We didn't give a name, so it created its own name. And you can see the schema it created. The crawler crawled the log files and decided it has this many columns, and the data type is string. By default, it puts string to pretty much all of them. And then now let's go to Athena to query the data using SQL. We will launch query editor. We are going to use Trino SQL. And first of all, even if you don't configure this, it will use a bucket behind the scenes, but usually we will go to the settings and tell it in which bucket we want the results to be stored. So that's what we are doing. Manage, browse, then we are going to select log bucket, but a different folder, Athena output. Then save it. I think then let's go to editor, preview table. You have this, right? So select the database, then it will show up, then click these three dots, then preview table, and it will show the data for you. Okay, simple. Where is the data? It's in S3, but where is this schema? It is in the database that glue crawler created. Now you can run SQL queries, full length SQL queries like that. Select count star from the log database. uh, what is that a column name? What is no table name? Log database. This has to be the table name. Anyways, yeah. Okay, scroll. You can see it being delayed. I think that's it. Where is the security part? I'm just missing that. Oh, they just want to query the logs. That's it. I don't know how that would be security related, but okay, I will take it, I guess. Anyways, this is very easy. This is something that we already did multiple times, but I guess the only thing that they're showing us something that is new is the Kinesis agent. This we can finish in within no time. Okay, let's go to EC2. Okay, instances running. Click on this. Let's copy the IP address. Okay, networking. Yeah. Okay. Public. Click copy this. Paste it so that we can open it later on. Okay. Now let's go to connect. Session manager. Connect. Okay. Here we are on the EC2 shell. Then we are going to install. I mean, just to show you guys that this is not already installed, I am going to run this. As you can see, it says it's not there, which means it's not installed yet. Okay, let me go and paste this command using yum to install, and this is the RPM location, and we are going to select yes. Okay, which is done. Let me control L to clear the log. Okay, now if I run that status again, it should show stopped or something, inactive, because we didn't start it yet. Okay, but before doing that we need to configure it, and I already have that configuration file, so I'm going to copy it as is, paste it, and okay, now it's configured. Now let's go and start the service. Okay, you can type clear or control L, both clears it. Now let's look at the status. As you can see, it is running successfully. All right, now let's go and check the log file if the logs are actually being created. Obviously, you won't see anything. Why? Because nobody's accessing that website. So let's go ahead and access that website right now. Okay, as it won't generate anything. Nobody's accessing the website. I mean, and other than me, nobody knows that website even exists on this one. So let's click open address. So this should start popping as soon as, I mean, once it enters. I don't know if it is on that IP address, but do we need to use any port? Maybe, I don't think so. I think we are missing 8443 or something. What is the port? Did you guys see? Let me go and check that out. Usually they install that on a port. Okay, they are not showing it. So let's go and just paste the IP address. Did they say? Or they are not saying anything. Okay. Sometimes it is HTTP. So let me remove that and run it. Oh yeah, it is HTTP. Oh, it is an actual game. Seriously? I didn't expect this, guys. Okay, never mind. I forgot. I'm not playing a video game anyways. As you can see, the logs started generating. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I don't want to go. If I go, I will keep on playing that. Let me close it. Otherwise, I will sit there and keep on playing. Anyways, the point here is it is collecting logs. That is good for us. So now let's go into S3. I didn't expect that, seriously. They actually put an actual game. I mean, obviously makes sense. This is Cloud Quest. So this is the logging bucket. Um, okay. I think it will take some time. But in the meantime, what I want to do is I want to go to Kinesis. They didn't show us, but let's just go and see if it got triggered or not because it is some time. It took some time, right? We should be seeing some logs here. Don't know how long it will take, depends on what they configure. So the delivery stream is here. What did they say? Data transfer. Okay, that's fine. Put active. Mm, it's not showing any data. Maybe it will take some time. Let's. Okay. It logs are here, and as you know, it writes with these are all partitions: year, month, day, hour, minutes, and finally we have it here. If I download it and open it, it will look something similar to when I was okay. Um, when I was tailing that file, right? It will just show us all the this is how the logs look like. Okay. Anyways, app okay, never mind. So let me take this back to here, and it is successfully writing. So whatever we installed, it worked. And now since we have the file, let's go to glue. We don't need Firefox anymore. We can close that. And on the left side, you will have ETL jobs, which is not something we are going to do. Go to data catalog because that's where the crawlers, tables, databases are. Let's create a crawler. And we are going to name this crawler log crawler. And let's click next. And it's not there yet. Let's add the data source. It's going to be S3. And it's in this account. Let's browse. And it's the log bucket. Don't go into that. Make sure. Oh, actually, this is what S3 path, right? Yeah, we need to select the folder as well. So let's select this one. I hope, yeah, that's it. Crawl, all subfolders, add it. Next. Now we need to select the IAM role, which is already there. So select that. We don't have to create a new one. There is no database, so let's add database. Most of the time you will already have a database if this is not the first time, but okay. Let's go to our crawler. What? Here we go. I was like, is it gone? Let's refresh and now it show up. And we don't have to type a prefix added to the table, but if you want, you can add it. Otherwise, it will name whatever it wants. I think it will show somewhere here, doesn't it? No, it's not showing. Create the crawler, and I think if you go to crawler, let's refresh it. You can see it ready. Now let's run it. So what it does is it is running right now, as you can see here. It will refresh, I think, every 15 seconds automatically, or 5 seconds, sorry. Glue job refreshes, I think, every 30 seconds. Depending on the service, they automatically refresh. You can on demand refresh it. But right now, the crawler is running behind the scenes. So technically, it is trying to get the files from S3 and that trying to figure out what are the columns and etc. Once this is done, it will create a table for us in the database that we created. So we can go to the databases and we will see the database here, and if you click the tables, it will be created here once that crawler finishes running. Since it's still running, so let's wait, give it some time. Let me pause and come back. All right, it is done. Now let's, if we go to tables and refresh, I should see the tables, table, not tables, and it named it logs. Okay, it didn't name whatever uh, it named them to them. Maybe they put a prefix, maybe I didn't, but that's okay. I don't mind whatever the name it gives me. Okay, so now we have a table and we have log files. All we have to do is query them, and we are going to query them using Athena, which is analyzing analysis tool where you can analyze data which is stored in S3 using SQL. It already selected the database, and you can already see the logs, and it already created that for you. Click here, preview table. It will put all that. If you run, it will show you the data, and you can run your query however you want. For example, what they are trying to do, they are trying to get the count of the IP addresses, which is what they are doing. Okay, total you are getting 38 times, or 38 records you have in there. Pretty much that's it, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's all they told us to do in here. And if we go to DIY, they want us to create a new crawler to crawl the Athena query results. But the thing is, we only ran like what? The count star? And you want to create on top of that, run the crawler to create a new glue data. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we didn't set the query location, just so you know. Now I got reminded. Go to settings, manage, select this. Now, see, it created the bucket for me, but I want this one. And yeah, let's go back, select this bucket, and let me add that here. So it will put it in there. Save it. But the thing is, okay, let's go to editor. Okay, let me remove this one. It doesn't matter. It only going to give one record. Okay, it gave me this. So now if I go to S3 and right here, it will create another folder. But what will this have? I can save this one. Where was it? Somewhere you will have saved queries. Oh, they have this. They didn't tell us to run them, did they? Diners Club are this my old queries that I ran long ago? Yeah, we don't even have this. Wow, I don't know how they know this. That's weird. Do they have a default data? They don't. I think they might be old ones. Okay, but anyways, you can save this query by clicking here, save as log count, save query. But my question is, what will it have? Hmm, doesn't matter what it has, I guess. Well, let's go to glue crawler. What they asked us to do is crawlers, create a crawler, log result crawler. Not yet, add a data source, S3, browse that bucket, this folder, choose. Okay, what is the complaint about? Oh, okay, never mind. Add the data source, next, same thing, next. I can choose the same database, does it matter? Next, create it. Crawlers, it's running. Oh, the previous one, never mind. Click, run, let it run for some time. But what did they ask us? Okay, it is creating. So new AWS Glue catalog table, AWS Glue database name. Okay, I can give you that. And the database is going to be that one. I think they will query it, I guess, and then they will try to verify it. And the name, what did you create? I think we will know once it finishes. So let me pause. Okay, again it took about 1 minute. Maybe doesn't matter, I guess, but data it has, it will take 1 minute all the time. So let me come back to here, just refresh this, and it will show you another table. Oh, it named it Athena output. That's fine. Let's preview table. Unable to create Hive unsupported format. This query ran against the unless qualified by the query, please post. What? Why? View properties. Okay, it is since it has, I think, maybe these two files. Is that what is causing? One is metadata, another one is CSV. Is that what is causing it? But what schema did it create? Let me check that. Okay. Okay, that was fast. For this, it is not even showing. Are you afraid? Okay, let's see if I give this table name here, will it pass me? Because the table exists, I think that's all it cares. But if it tries to execute the table, it will get an error. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it passed it, but I'm just wondering. It's still not giving me. It's okay. Yeah, since it has two different, I think I don't know. I think it might have generated some junk data, but I don't care. Okay, crawler, we created it. Good job. Okay, so I think that's about this. It has nothing to do with security, but I was a little disappointed with this project, but well, it is what it is. The main takeaway of this is, what is it? When they have any, uh, when they want to check the logs to see if somebody is attacking, etc. This is how they do it, right? We have the logs. The logs are in real time using Kinesis Firehouse, writing to S3, and then they can create tables using Glue crawler and then query using Athena. And you can automate it as well. You can automate the queries on Athena so that you can do a count, for example, however we did. And maybe if the count is more than something, then we can send an email and remediation, something similar to what we did yesterday. Let's give the news. This should help you efficiently analyze your logs going forward. So their requirement is to analyze logs, and that's what we gave. Even the title says application logs. This works amazingly well. Thank you for your help. Choose a reward. I mean, this is the final one. At least you should have given something nice. All right. Doesn't matter, I guess. So let me know what you think about this project in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, enable the bell icon so that YouTube knows whenever someone searches for AWS projects to suggest our video. I mean, these are awesome videos, don't you agree? So obviously we want everybody to watch them. So that is in your hands. So when you like, comment, enable bell icon, subscribe, YouTube knows that this is amazing content and it will try to push it to everyone. If you don't comment, they'll be like, maybe this is a boring, nobody is interacting. So it is in your hands. So it's in your hands. So go do that. Obviously 5 star. Okay, so we will get this window because this is the last project in this season, and at the end of this project we have received or did 53 challenges so far, 72 cards, etc., XYZ. But the nice thing is we are going to get the badge. So I am going to claim it. This will take me to my Credly. So I will be back. Okay, so I claimed my badge. And thank you guys for all your support, but we are not done yet. We have to zap the zap. So since this is the last one, I will do. I don't see any blue ones. What's going on? Are they afraid of me? Like, he's done, so he's going to assimilate us. Yes. Okay, I cannot go this direction or what? Oh, that's too far. I think I cannot do it here. Maybe I think I need to go maybe this direction. Okay, so let's finish this. Let's finish zapping these drones and doing the quiz. And then I will talk about the next season. Which mandatory configuration settings does the Kinesis agent support when writing to Kinesis data firehouse? Obviously, you need delivery stream and then the file pattern, right? I think that's what those two. That's those are the two that we actually mentioned in that file that they provided that I copied. What? I just came from there. Which AWS service does Athena integrate with to create a unified metadata? Obviously, Glue. Duh. Which AWS Glue component connects to a data store? Progresses through a prioritized list of classifiers to extract the schema of the data and other statistics and then populates the Glue data catalog with this metadata. Crawler. I mean, so far, how many? 303 love so far. Athena is an interactive query service that is used to analyze data by using standard SQL. Which storage service does Athena work with? S3 for love. Oh, I'm rocking today. Oh no, did I miss that? Which actions does AWS Glue crawler take when it interrogates a data store? It interrogates a data store? Seriously? It writes metadata to Glue data catalog. It groups data into tables or partitions. It classifies as data to determine the format. Yeah, I assume so. Maybe I will be wrong. But no, 6 love. Yay, yay, yay. Which resource is a container used to pass an IAM role to an EC2 instance? It's called instance profile. Did I get stuck? No. Okay. Oh, yes. I think since there is a another robot right there, I think it's bug. No, 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 no. Come on, this is my last exam. Don't do this to me. Can you guys see? I can. Oh, I can now. I think it got up and went left. So that's why don't ever shoot two of them at the same time. Anyways, I think we are done with our questions as well because it asked us about IAM role. But I hope you enjoyed this particular season. Oh, it's not letting me. Okay, now I think we are back. Or no, seriously? Let me exit. Oh, I think it's still buggy. It's not letting me select. Can I say no? Oh, maybe not. Okay, let me refresh. But what I'm trying to say is, I think this is all for the security. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you do, you know what to do. Go ahead, do all that amazing stuff you do to support the channel. And I really appreciate your time. And again, as I mentioned previously, there are not many users who watches this playlist, but I wish they do because this is like giving you real-time experience with AWS. You can actually, after you watch all the projects, literally you can go market yourself like having 3 to 4 years of real-time experience. It's similar to getting real-time experience. All it matters is that do you know how to do a particular thing? Obviously, after watching this, you know how to do a particular thing. So that's why, let's make this famous so that many people can find this playlist and watch this and get real-time experience. Because not all can get real-time experience immediately, and the companies tend to go for that for some reason. Anyways, that being said, so let me go and show you what we did so far overall and what we are going to do in the next season. So let I think I will be back. Okay, we are back here. What I wanted to show is this one. So if I go to click on roles, it will show so far whatever the different roles we did. As again, each season means it's a particular role that we did different project in. Initially, we did it in cloud practitioner, then we did solutions architect, then we did data analytics, then serverless developer, and now we did it in security. So next thing I'm going to do is networking. I think it has 15 projects. Seriously? Oh, I didn't know that. And then this one has looks like about 12 project. No, sorry, 14 projects. So that will take us to 20, 14 and 12, 26, and we finished 64, 26, what 90 projects. Wow. Anyways, so we are going to do all those projects. Networking. Next thing is networking, and I hope you enjoyed security and see you in the networking. Once again, thanks for spending your time here. Do support the channel by doing all those things that I just mentioned you. And see you in the next season. I hope you will use whatever knowledge you are gaining from here in real time. I really, really wish you to do that. And I wish you all the best. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Peace out.